What's up, YouTube? This is gonna be another channel. Another video. I'm gonna talk about my views on God, my views on the Creator, and how evil this world is. This is based on my opinion. This is just an opinion. It's not facts. If you disagree, cool. I don't really care. If you have a problem with what I'm saying, then you don't have to watch this video. It's my YouTube channel. I'm just speaking my mind. It's my opinion. There's no right or wrong, and that's it. Okay, so don't take it personal. I'm just speaking from my mind. I'm speaking from my own opinion. So don't take it seriously, whatever. But yeah, this is from my perspective. But yeah, let's get to it. You know, I really be sitting back and I watch and I'll observe how this world is, right? Like seriously, like does God really just sit there and just watch this whole world going to shit? Does God really just sit there and just watch people be in so much pain? Does God just sit there and watch a lot of people suffer? Because if you look around the world, I'm not trying to be negative or like act on new age or anything, because I'm not. I'm just, there's good parts in the world too, but there's also bad parts. So I'm not taking it seriously or anything. I'm just like, I'm not getting too deep into it. It's just a different subject. This is gonna be a negative video, so yeah, it's just a warning. But yeah, but like, does God really just sit there and watch all this chaos and destruction that happen? Does God just sit there and watch people be abused? Like seriously, like when you pray to God, right, to make a change, you don't feel his presence at all. I mean, some people claim they do, which is cool, but like, see, with me, I'm more of a like, I gotta see it to believe it type of person. So if I'm praying to God and if I don't hear him talking to me, if I don't see him talking to me, then what the fuck, you know? Who even invented prayer? How do we even know that's even real? You know? And I'm not talking about the type of God where you hear and see in religions. I'm talking about our actual creator. Because there has to be a creator. There has to be some type of being that created all this shit, right? All this shit just isn't random. I understand there's higher perspectives and shit we can't really calculate or understand, or it's very complex at a human level where we can't understand. I get it, but at the same time, I'm talking about a being who's responsible for this fucking realm and this fucking world and this fucking creation. That's what I'm talking about. But I refer to as God, in my opinion. But does he just sit there and watch all this bullshit that happened? Like, what's really going on, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, just the fact that we have soul contracts. We're destined to meet certain people. Just the fact that we have soulmates. Just the fact that, like, people, there's been reports of people claiming that they reincarnated. It's not like, there's so much knowledge out there. Just put two and two together. It's not that hard, man. There's so much spiritual channels out there. I'm not saying they're right or wrong, but you just gotta do your research. The knowledge, the answers is out there, and we gotta figure shit out, man. Because I feel like no one talks about this as much. No one really talks about why this world's so shit. No one really talks about how, from a spiritual perspective, just think about it. There have been reports of UFOs. There have been reports of aliens. Supposedly, people are spotted aliens, or just UFOs in general. There have been reports of people seeing spirits and demons and all this other shit. There have been reports of people claiming that they lived past lives. People are meeting their soulmates. Just if you meet someone, if you're really connected to that person, like to a partner, y'all marry, technically y'all are soulmates, right? But then there's bad type of soulmates. There's karmic soulmates, where they give your life hell. It could be a family member, it could be a lover, it could be your friend, it could be anyone. These are like soulmates, pretty much. Is it possible that before birth, someone or something or us, we decided to come down here and have everything pre-planned at a certain way before we even come down here to Earth, before we incarnated to Earth? I personally believe in that shit. There's a lot of, that's another thing with YouTube, there's a lot of perspectives out there, so you just gotta do your research and do whatever makes sense to you. But I personally believe everything was predestined. I personally believe a lot of things do happen for a reason. And that really bothers me. Because there's certain people really born into fucked up, shitty situations, right? And me included, and I'm just like, bro, did I sign up for this? is God putting me through this on purpose? Did God sign this up for me? You know what I'm saying? Someone or something had to give us a certain type of soul contract to where before we incarnated, certain destiny events have to happen all throughout our lives. I believe that because like I'll look back at my life in certain situations, how everything was planned versus how everything was set up. Like it's clearly that someone or something is controlling my free will, and that's a huge problem. I will go into detail, but see the thing with YouTube, I'm trying to like speak my mind, but it's really hard because like I really want to speak my life experiences, but at the same time, I don't know when to stop. Like I don't know if I'm being too personal or you know what I'm saying. So like, because I don't want, yes, I want people to see my channel. Who's ever meant to be is meant to be, but like sometimes I don't feel comfortable sharing my personal opinions and life experiences like that to like very, you know. So it's hard, man. Probably in the future, but because if I do, everything will make sense. But I'll probably do that in the future. But yeah, just the fact that people are seeing spirits, people are seeing ghosts. I've experienced a lot of isolation. Other people experiencing that shit. It's clearly that God is controlling this shit. We're being controlled. Everything's being controlled. Just the fact that we work at a 9 to 5. Just the fact that money exists. We're all being controlled. We're being controlled in this world and we're being controlled spiritually. There's a lot of control in here. And I feel like people like to refer to this as a matrix, right? Which I believe. But I just feel like there's more corruption in the afterlife too. That's what I'm trying to get at. I feel like people in the spiritual community don't really talk about the corruption that goes on in the afterlife. Because there has to be some type of corruption. Just the fact that this world is that, it's just the fact that there's so much bullshit in this world. And so much evil shit, corruption, control, violence. It's clear that there's multiple beings in the afterlife that are controlling this shit as well. Could it be that there's corruption in the afterlife too? There have been supposedly people in the spiritual community, they mentioned that like in the afterlife, there's different demonic beings and entities that will force you to reincarnate if you die, you pass away, and then you see this fake white light. And I've heard if you go to that fake white light, it will force you to reincarnate onto Earth yet again. And if you're watching this, I'm sure you definitely don't want to experience living in this Earth all over again after you die. All over, you gotta start all over from a baby all the way to an old age, all over again. No, I'm sure you don't want to experience all that shit again. I don't either. There's so much bullshit, there's so much corruption. Our free will is being controlled. So much shit, and I don't want to experience that shit ever again. I don't know about you, but I want to be free. Fuck this world, man. Fuck. But yeah, but I feel like people in the spiritual community, they really need to talk more about it. I've noticed people in the spiritual community, they always talk about worldly problems like money, corruption, government, which is fine, but they need to talk about the afterlife too. There could be afterlife corruption as well. There has to be, you know? Just the fact that all this shit's happening, like God is he just sitting there watching this shit happen? Like, come on. I understand there's different perspectives. People may say that, oh, God works in mysterious ways. God does help us in a way. God makes our situation better in the long run, and we just can't see it. I understand that, but at the same time, still though, because if that's what God, the main objective is, and I'm sorry, but I don't really agree why God does the shit he does. I don't agree with it. I don't. And this is why I never want to come back here to Earth. I'm not suicidal or anything. It's just I can see all the bullshit and corruption that goes on in this world, and I'm not with that. I'm not. In this lifetime, I'm just trying to share my knowledge the best I can, give opinions, speak my mind here and there, and try to live the best life I can. And if I can help other people, I can. And hey, and that's pretty much my life goal, pretty much. Just to learn new shit, explore, live my life to the fullest, try to help other people, either through YouTube or in person, just being a good person, all that shit. So, then once I die, I'm like, fuck y'all, man. Not to you guys. I'm talking about the creator. I'm like, fuck the creator. Fuck all the evil corruption. I'm not coming back. Fuck this place. Like, for real, man. our lives are pretty much being wasted. Just the fact that money controls us, half of our lives aren't being controlled, and that's a huge issue. Think about it. If you're born and if your parents can't afford a car for you, you know how much money, just first off, you know how long it takes to even get a job? You got to create a resume. Schools don't teach you how to make a resume, so you got to learn from the internet. You got to pay for like a printer, for extra paper, for ink. You got to pay for all that shit. Go to a job interview, do some fucking interviews. It's gonna take a long time. Once you get the job, now you gotta work for a certain amount of months to even save up to buy a car. First, you gotta even get your license to even get a car, learn how to drive it. And then, bam. But you see how long it took to even get a car? Not only that, but to save up to have your own place. Do you know how much it costs to even live? To have your own house? Then you gotta pay for food and water. And then not only that, right? Fuck, I forgot what I was about to say it. I had it in my fucking mind. It was a good point too. Yeah, but just the fact that we have to do all of that, right? Have you noticed every human being's objective is to live the life they want to live on their own terms. Every human being objective is to reach success so they could be what? So they could be free. So they could be free. I don't care what people say. They want to make a lot of money so they could be free. So they don't have to be controlled by money. It's unfortunate that certain people are forced to do certain shit they don't want to do for money so they can make enough money so they can be free. Some people have families. They got to work jobs they don't really want to work at just so they can survive. So they could be free. Free from liking money. At the end of the day, every human being wants to be free. They want to live life on their own terms. They want to choose where they want to live, how they want to live, when they want to do certain stuff, what they want to do, what they love, pursue what they love, pursue the right types of people. All that is freedom. That's free. And just the fact that as human beings, we're all chasing freedom, love, and not being controlled because of this fucking system we're living in, it shows how evil and corrupted this world really is. And it's been going on for thousands of years too. I don't know too much about history, I really don't, but it's been going on for a long time. And just the fact that our creator, God, is allowing this shit to happen multiple times, that's a huge fucking issue, and things need to change, and we need answers on why God allows certain shit to happen. We need the answers. God is not going to give us the direct answers we need. God will allow this shit to happen, right? God will give people certain soul contracts, predestined events, have people be born into certain situations, being put into certain situations. God doesn't have a problem doing that, right? And most of these situations are very painful and evil. God doesn't have a problem doing that, but at the same time, God allows people's free will to do whatever they please to do, and God doesn't do shit about it. But yet God still controls the other people's free will to a certain extent. So that's not playing fair at all. That's not fair. It's not a fair game. And that's a problem. I'm not saying going against God, but what I'm saying is you have to question God and his motives. Is there corruption in the afterlife? And that's the things we need to know. And if there is, then we need to figure out a way on how to prevent for still being into this corruption. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit gets deep. It's just annoying though. Like, it's annoying how like every single person's suffering, every single person's in pain. This shit gets annoying, bro. Like, I just want to be free already. Again, I'm not saying I'm ungrateful or anything, because we live in a fucked up world. So of course people are gonna experience worse or shit. People don't even have places to stay. Of course, I'm grateful. But at the same time, doesn't mean we have to settle. Doesn't mean that we still have to live like this, where we're being controlled by money. I'm not saying money's a bad thing either. Money's a great thing. It's all about perspectives. If you love what you do, then go for it. That's a really great thing. And if you love what you do, continue doing it. I'm not saying, like, how do I explain this? Just because I have a certain perspective, I'm not saying everyone to follow my lead and to follow my perspectives. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I'm just talking about like, as human beings, it's our birthright and we all deserve to experience freedom. That's what I'm saying. Freedom from money, freedom from like when to sleep, freedom when to eat, when to drink, freedom from like wasting your own time. There's all this shit, right? But money controls all that. Money's a good thing and a bad thing, but still, you know what I'm saying? So it's a short video, but I'll probably make a part 2. I'm out. It's late. I got work tomorrow, so. And of course, time is just speeding up every fucking day. Time is speeding up. I literally don't have time to complete all my daily tasks. Time is speeding up every single day. God just decides, okay, I'm gonna speed up time so I can fuck with other people, so I can make people more stressed. I'm gonna speed up time every single day. Like this realm is full of shit, and I hope these higher beings in these other dimensions and afterlife knows about this shit. I'm out.